So guys, the basic stuff I can do without a bat is going to be extremely, incredibly simple. But if you want to be a baseball player, you're serious about this stuff. And by the way, kids, baseball players make the most money out of all sports: football, basketball, soccer, all of them combined. Just saying. But Bryce Harper, the Phillies' best player, just got $300 million last year. So what I'm going to do, guys, when I'm learning how to get in my stance, all right, if I'm a left-handed hitter like we talked about, I'm going to get the plate right here and a little bat for you guys. This is the plate. If I'm a left-handed hitter, if I'm looking at the plate, I'll be standing on the left side, right? If I'm a right-handed hitter, I'll be on this side again. But here's the key. What I want to do to be balanced, right, and have this still head, I want to start my feet about as wide as my shoulders. So everybody's going to be a little different, right? I have pretty wide shoulders, so I got to spread my feet out a little bit to get balanced. Somebody that's a little skinnier might be able to start here. But for me, if I start smaller, now I'm moving my weight a little too much, my head moves. But again, take your hands right from your shoulders and just put a little mark on the ground right there, and that's your starting stance, right? So all I want to practice is, guys, here is I'm practicing my lower half load. I can do this without a bat, like I said, just so you can see my feet. So I start 50-50 with my feet, so I have even amount on both feet. All I'm doing is slightly shifting my hips back and then taking a small step. Why do you think I want to take a small step? I'll let you guys think about that for 1 second. So I want to take a small step or a big step. Small step's the right answer, right? I want to take a small step because I want to be able to keep my head still. If I'm in control of my body and taking a small step, my head barely moves. Now watch, I can pick the ball up, make a quick decision to swing. If I'm taking a real big step, as you can see, I'm unbalanced. My head's now forward. I lost all my total body control, and now all I can do is basically flail the bat at the ball. So guys, do this with me a couple times. You can even put your hands under your chest right here, right? I'm ready for the pitch. And guys, look, during this, I don't want to be straight-legged, and I don't want to be too bent down. I want to be right in the middle. Just a little bit of knee bend so I feel comfortable. All right, so again, guys, ready? We're going to practice our lower half load. Hips back, small step. That's all it takes, guys. Now you're ready for the swing. Again, hips back, small step. Now I'm ready for the swing. You guys practice that little cue, and now we can go next. So after we get there, we'll do it again. Hips back, small step. And now my first move is with my back leg and my hands. They come at the same time. All right, guys, so if I had a bat in my hands or a stick or broom handle, whatever you have, this is what it would look like. My leg and my hands are coming at the same time. That way, the barrel can come next, right? So if it looks from the front, it's like this. Hips back, small step, and my back foot and my hands come at the same time. Now, as you can see, I'm starting to squash the bug, I'm starting to get my back leg into the ball, and my body's almost completely turned before my barrel comes. Okay, it's about halfway turned, and then my barrel comes. That's what's going to help you guys stay inside the ball. And like I said, hit it hardest, the most consistent amount of time. Consistent means more often than not. It means all the time. If I'm consistent, I'm hitting it hard all the time. I don't want to be inconsistent, would mean not hitting the ball hard all the time. So again, I'll even do it without the bat. Like I said, some of my guys might not have it. So hips back, small step. Hands and back knee come at the same time. All right, now we can go to contact. So hips back, small step, back knee, hands come at the same time. Now, if you guys can see, the bat is completely behind me. All that comes now is my barrel. So I'm thinking hips back, small step, hands and leg, and then comes the barrel. So it looks something like this, guys. Small step, hands and leg, barrel. And then after that, guys, what I'm trying to do is, in baseball, the field is like this out in front of you. It's like a diamond. It goes out and then it circles up around. Okay, so it's kind of like a sideways square rectangle, or like I said, everybody calls it a diamond. So it's like this. Boom. All right. Now, what we're trying to do after we get the contact, that means when we hit the ball. Contact is when we hit the ball. Boom. What we do after that is going to tell us where the ball goes. So if I keep my bat going from where the ball just came from, I'm going to hit the ball far, I'm going to hit it straight, and it's going to go in fair play. It's what we call in baseball. If I don't, a lot of kids, especially at young ages, they hit the ball at contact, and then they pull their body off it or don't finish. What do you think that's going to do? That's going to result in the ball going wherever it wants to. What I want to do is I want to get the contact, and then I want to keep my bat and my body going towards the ball where it just came from as long as I possibly can. So it wants to look something like this. Contact, finish. And at the end of your swing, guys, at the end of your extension, it's going to be straight out like that. So again, we get the contact and then we keep going right from where it came from, and we let our body finish that way. What a lot of bad guys do is they get the contact and they either roll their wrist over or they pull their body off of it and don't finish. So what we want to do again is contact and then move through contact. Now, a lot of guys, it's going to be hard to do this if your arms and your wrists aren't strong enough. When I was younger, I used to do construction. I used to hit a lot of nails. I used to pick up wood. I used to do a lot of work, so my arms and my wrists were always pretty strong. But if you're not, that's what you're gonna have to work on. So, I'm gonna show you how to do it and how not to do it again. See if I can get this tee set back up. So guys, again, if I'm a bad player or I'm not getting good extension or follow through after contact, I'm going to be getting to contact and pulling off. It would look something like this. As you see, my body came up, I went away from the ball, I hit the tee over. Not a lot of good stuff happened, right? But if I'm staying through the ball, which is what they call it in baseball, I'm moving my weight all the way through towards the field. If I'm a right-handed hitter, it would look like this, right? That's when I'm gonna get the best power and spin on the baseball. So it'll look something like this. All right, now, the last thing, guys, we'll talk about is how to finish, how to hold the bat when you finish. So, again, I don't wanna have my bat finish over here after I get the contact and roll my wrist over. That's gonna make the ball go on the ground. And I don't wanna get to it and come straight up. I wanna go right about where my barrel came from. So if it starts around on my neck, it's gonna start on my neck. I'm gonna get the contact, extension, and then it's gonna finish about at my neck. Now, here's where it gets tricky. You can either finish with one hand or two hands, but the key is you can't let go of the bat until you make contact or hit the ball. So, let me see if I can set this up towards the camera. So, if I get to the ball and my hand's off the bat, I'm not gonna hit it very hard. As you can see, somebody could move it easily. But if I can get there with two hands, move through, now after I get straight with the barrel is when I can let go. And as you can see, I like finishing with one arm because it makes it feel easy and it looks cool. But I could also, like I said, get to the ball, finish through it, and then finish with two hands. I don't have to take my hands off the bat until I drop it to run. So again, there's two different ways. I'll show you both. this is me finishing with one hand. As you can see, one hand's at the end, but I didn't let go when I made contact. I let go at the end of the swing. And then this would be me finishing with two hands, which I'm not as good at, but like I said, you have your own style. Which everybody's gonna have their own style and do things a little bit differently. So again, guys, that would look something like, let's get this tee to stay. Two-handed swing, again, contact, extension, and then two hands by the neck would look something like this. So, there's multiple different ways to hit, guys. They're the key rules. Again, the most important things in hitting, guys, are going to be balance. Well, number one, seeing the ball, because if you close your eyes and somebody tosses you the ball, I promise you, you will not hit it very much. Eyes, seeing the ball, grip on the bat, balance, and then how we actually swing the bat, guys. Remember, our first thing, go over one more time. Hips back, small step, turn the backside in the hands, contact, extension, and then finish. All right, so there's hips, step, turn, contact, extension, finish. There's 5 or 6 parts, guys, depending on how you want to break it up. Go over one more time. Now, the other thing I'll say, guys, if you watch people in major leagues on the TV, you'll see a bunch of different crazy stances. What we want, when we land with our foot, when we take our step, we want to have our hands about even with our shoulder, splitting our head in half or splitting our helmet in half. Okay, and our wrists are going to be cocked backwards. So they're not going to be straight. If my wrists are straight, they're not going to be very strong. My wrists are going to be cocked backwards with the bottom of the bat pointing a little bit behind me, if that makes sense. So that when I get to the ball, whoo, I'm making as strong of an impact as I can. So the last thing, you'll see guys start with an open stance, which means my front foot is a little bit behind my back foot, which is okay, as long as I step back to normal. You'll see some guys starting with what we call an even stance. Both feet are pretty much even, hips back, make the step. And then guys with a closed stance, with their front foot's going to be in front of the back foot, and then they try to step back to even. But again, guys, when I'm here, no matter where I start, it's about where I'm at when my foot lands, right? I don't want to be caught out of position. If I'm too high with my hands, it's going to make me chop down at the ball. If I'm too low with my hands, it's going to make me swing up at the ball, which I don't want. I want to be flat as I can with the bat, level with the ground, okay? And it's going to be coming up just a tiny bit. Not a lot, but pretty much flat the whole way through, okay? Now, when, again, if I'm a righty, that open stance is going to look like this, left foot in front of the right, get back to normal. Even stance will look like this. Closed stance, right like that. But again, guys, it's about, are my hands back? Am I ready when my foot lands? So that's about it. And again, guys, look, this is that grip on the bat. So guys, look, seeing the ball, balance, grip on the bat, extension, follow through, all that stuff we covered today. If you guys have any questions, you want to reach out, please, like I said, talk to your teachers. Let me know what I can do to help, what I can do to get you guys started. I have plenty of equipment. I have guys that I'm trying to talk to and set up leagues for y'all. So just let me know what we can do to help. All right, guys, have a great week. Coach W signing off.